This is the grave of Gerald Hoyt. In 1955, he won the Indianapolis 500 pole position with a speed of 140 miles an hour. Unfortunately, that same year, he died in a crash in Oklahoma City. This is the grave of Ronnie Dunman, Indianapolis 500 driver. He drove in the 1964 to 1968 races. Unfortunately, he died in 1968 in a crash in Milwaukee. This is the grave of Pat Biden. He was the chief starter of the Indianapolis 500, 1962 to 1979. And right next to him is the grave of David Reeves. He was a photographer for the Indianapolis 500. This is the grave of Frank Delroy, who in the 1930s was a riding mechanic during the Indianapolis 500. He will later become a United States Auto Club official known as USAC. This is the grave of John Aitken. John won more races at Indianapolis than any other driver in history. He recorded a total of 15 victories at the speedway. However, they were just minor dashes and feature events from 1909 to 1916. But he never won in the Indianapolis 500 except as a team manager. This is the grave of Wilbur Brink. In 1931, young Wilbur was playing in the front yard of his home when during the Indianapolis 500 a tire came off the car and flew over the wall of the speedway and hit young Wilbur while he was playing. This is the grave of Elfrida LaPlante. She was born here in Indianapolis. She was a stunt pilot. She was a stunt driver. She wanted to race against the men in automobile racing, but they would not allow her to. In 1934, while performing a stunt in Alabama, Elfrida died. She was trying to drive her car through a hoop of fire and did not survive. This is the grave of Howard Howdy Wilcox. He was the winner of 1919 Indianapolis 500, had 5 top 10 finishes, and was the first driver to break the 100 mile per hour mark. Unfortunately, he died racing in Altoona, Pennsylvania in 1923. And if you come down the hill from James Whitcomb Riley tomb, this is the family mausoleum of Louis Schweitzer. He was an automotive engineer who won the first race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It was just a 2-mile race in 1909. The Louis Schweitzer Award for Automotive Engineering is still an annual part of the Indianapolis 500. If you're out here at Crown Hill Cemetery in Indianapolis, on the top of the hill is poet James Whitcomb Riley. And if you come down here, this is the grave of Thomas Benford. Thomas was the chief steward for the Indianapolis 500 for 20 years, 1974 to 1994. This is the grave of David Perry. David Perry was a buggy manufacturer. He turned to making automobiles with the Perry Auto and Overland Auto companies.